With the traditional top four now becoming a top five, the race to qualify for next season's Champions League is well and truly underway, and we're going to discuss the runners and riders and who I expect to be participating in next season's tournament. Hello guys, welcome to Daddy in the Dom. My name's Phil, and in today's video I'm going to be running through the remaining fixtures for the 5 teams that I feel are still in with a chance of qualifying for the top 5. For all intents and purposes, we're not including Arsenal or Liverpool on this one. We're just concentrating on the 3 positions that are still up for grabs. We'll run through the remaining fixtures week by week, updating the table as we go, finishing off with a final standings and the 5 teams that I expect to be participating in next season's Champions League. So we'll get things started by looking at the current standings and remaining fixtures. And the first thing you'll notice is that Man City and Aston Villa have played a game more. That's because they've played their game week 34 fixture already because of their involvement in the FA Cup. You'll also notice that for me, Man City, Forest and Newcastle have perhaps the easier fixtures. Aston Villa perhaps are not that much harder, but they've got that one game less because they did lose to Man City in the week, and they're in a position where they either have to win out or hope for favours elsewhere. Chelsea, yes, they've got difficult fixtures, but the good thing for them is they've got to play Newcastle and Nottingham Forest in this one, so it is in their own hands to a certain degree, and they do play Nottingham Forest on the final game of the season, so that could be an absolute cracker. So we'll start with week 34. We've only got 3 teams in action because of the FA Cup, and I can see Chelsea nicking a 1-0 win at home to Everton, Newcastle absolutely thrashing Ipswich 4-0, and Nottingham Forest, although it will be in the midweek after their own FA Cup game, I can see them finding a way to get the job done against Brentford with a 2-1 win at home. And obviously that will change the table slightly with 2 teams not playing. So Nottingham Forest now move up into 3rd place with 63 points. Newcastle move up to 4th with 62. City drop down to 5th on 61. Chelsea are a point behind on 60. And Aston Villa are cut adrift slightly on 57 points in 7th place. Week 35 now, and I see a convincing 2-0 win for Man City at home to Wolves. I think Nottingham Forest draw their away game with Crystal Palace, as do Newcastle. They're going to draw 2-2 away to Brighton. And I think Chelsea, again, I think they're going to draw as well at home to Liverpool. And Aston Villa are going to nick a 2-1 win at home to Fulham. And in terms of the table, Man City go back into 3rd place on goal difference from Nottingham Forest, both on 64 points. A point further back in 5th is going to be Newcastle, then Chelsea on 61 points and Aston Villa on 60. So it's all bunched up, 4 points between the 5 teams, everything to play for going into the last 3 games of the season. Moving on into week 36, and I see convincing away 3-0 win for Man City over Southampton. Nottingham Forest also winning 3-0 at home to Leicester. Newcastle, I think they're going to edge this game with Chelsea 2-1, and I think Aston Villa are going to draw their away game with Bournemouth 2-2. That will have a significant impact on the table. As you can see now, City and Forest remain the same, both on 67 points, separated by goal difference, with Newcastle a point back on 66. And then you've got a 5-point gap down to Chelsea and Aston Villa. So with just 2 games left, 5-point gap. It's looking pretty ominous for the teams in 6th and 7th place at the moment. Week 37 now, and some of these fixtures may move earlier into week 36 depending on progression in the FA Cup, but we'll assume they're in the same week just for the purpose of the video. In this round, I see Man City beating Bournemouth 2-1 at home, Nottingham Forest beating West Ham 2-1 away, Newcastle getting a 1-1 draw away at Arsenal, Chelsea beating Man United 1-0 at home, and Aston Villa beating Tottenham 3-1 at home. In terms of the table, we've got City and Forest both on 70 points, both confirmed in the top 5. Newcastle virtually assured, they'll be on 67 points, 3 points clear of Chelsea and Aston Villa with 1 game to go. Chelsea and Villa will have a very slim hope. Less so Aston Villa because of the goal difference, but Chelsea could still make something happen on that last day of the season. So final week of the season now, and I see Man City drawing away 1-1 at Fulham, Nottingham Forest drawing at home 2-2 with Chelsea. Big game that one. And Newcastle beating Everton 2-0 at home. And Aston Villa beating Man United 2-1 at home also. This all leaves us with the final table, which looks something like this. So you've got Man City confirmed in third place with 71 points, ahead of Nottingham Forest on goal difference. They're a point further clearing Newcastle, who take the fifth and final place with 70 points. It's actually Aston Villa that gets sixth spot with 67 points, and Chelsea slipping all the way down to 7th place with 65 points. So there we go, guys. That was my prediction for the 5 teams that will qualify for next season's Champions League via the English Premier League. If you did enjoy that one, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. If you agree or disagree with any of the picks I've selected, pop it in the comment section and we will try to reply to each and every one of you. Do remember, it is just my opinion. It is just a bit of fun. Don't slander me too much in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next episode.